she was found burned to death in a frozen valley near Bergen, Norway. No name, no passport, no past. Everything about her was stripped clean, even the labels on her clothes. And for 50 years, no one has figured out who she was. They call her the Isdal Woman, and the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. It was the morning of November 29, 1970, when a father and his 2 daughters set out for a hike through the cold, fog-wrapped hills of Bergen, Norway. They took a trail winding through Isdalen, Ice Valley, a remote, steep area known locally as Death Valley because of past suicides and eerie accidents. What they stumbled upon that day would become one of Norway's most chilling and unresolved mysteries. Lying at the base of a rocky outcrop, partially hidden by burned twigs and layers of ash, was the body of a woman. Her front was completely charred, but oddly, her back was untouched. Around her were personal belongings, a bottle, a spoon, clothing, most of it burned. But even more strangely, all the labels had been carefully removed. Any item that could possibly identify her was stripped clean. The police arrived and began an investigation that would quickly spiral into a puzzle of false identities, coded notes, wigs, and international intrigue. They called her the Isdal Woman. The first clues. At the autopsy, the mystery deepened. She had died from a combination of carbon monoxide poisoning and ingestion of sleeping pills. But her facial features were too damaged to be identified. There were no dental records to match, no ID, and all the tags on her clothing had been removed. A closer examination showed traces of bruising, suggesting she had taken a blow to the neck, but the cause of death? Officially ruled a suicide. That didn't sit right with anyone. Her fingerprints were sent to Interpol, and days later, police uncovered something shocking. The hotels and the aliases. Investigators tracked down 2 suitcases left behind at a train station in Bergen. Inside, they found wigs, prescription-free glasses, non-prescription medications, German and Norwegian currency, maps, and a diary. The pages of the diary held cryptic markings, sequences of letters and numbers. Even more chilling, there were no fingerprints on anything inside. Every surface had been meticulously wiped clean. With help from hotel registries, police discovered the woman had traveled across Norway under at least 9 different names. She had checked in at various hotels, speaking in broken English, often posing as a Belgian or French antiques dealer. She gave fake addresses, her handwriting varied, her stories changed. Each hotel staff member gave a slightly different description of her, but they all remembered one thing. She seemed guarded, intelligent, and always alert. One receptionist said she was watching everyone. Who was she running from? The spy theories. This was 1970. Norway was quietly sitting between East and West during the Cold War, neutral, but surrounded by espionage. The woman had traveled near military installations, including missile testing sites. Many believed she was a spy, possibly for the Soviets or another intelligence agency. Her coded diary, possibly encrypted movement logs. The wigs and aliases, classic tools of espionage. But if she was a spy, who killed her? Or did she take her own life to avoid capture? The Norwegian police worked for weeks, even releasing sketches to the public. A few witnesses came forward. One woman said she remembered seeing the mystery lady eating shrimp in a hotel restaurant. Another said she was seen meeting a man in a gray coat. But just as quickly as the leads came in, they dried up. The secret autopsy details. Years later, new facts came to light. Investigators revisiting the case found records that had never been released publicly. They discovered that 20 sleeping pills were found in her stomach. A few more were found scattered around the scene. Some experts argued that a person couldn't have taken that many pills, doused herself in fuel, and lit a fire without passing out first. One forensic pathologist noted something disturbing. There were no signs of soot in her lungs, which meant she was likely dead before the fire was set. The teeth and the traces. Decades later, advances in forensic science allowed another look. Scientists examined her teeth and found that the dental work was likely done in Central or Eastern Europe. Even more interesting, isotopic testing of her enamel suggested she was born in Germany around 1930, possibly grew up near the Franco-German border, and may have moved between several countries in her life. Was she a refugee, a displaced person after World War II, or a highly trained operative constantly moving to avoid detection? In 2005, a new witness came forward. He claimed he saw her in the 1970s near a hotel in Bergen, arguing with a man. He remembered her clearly, he said, because of her striking eyes and her intense expression. He told police he always thought he had seen something important, but no one ever came knocking. The final days. Hotel staff in Bergen recalled her final days. She checked into the Hodehamen Hotel under the name Fenella Lork. She requested a room with a balcony. She seemed nervous. She moved rooms at least once. A maid remembered seeing her sitting on her bed, staring out the window for hours. On November 23rd, she checked out. 6 days later, her body was found. So, what happened in those missing days? No trains, no witnesses, no receipts, just a fire, a body, and a trail gone cold. Legacy of silence. The Isdal Woman was buried in a zinc coffin designed to preserve her remains should future science bring answers. Her gravestone reads simply, "Unknown Woman, died November 1970. To this day, her true identity remains a mystery. She left behind no family, no friends, no record of her existence, just questions. Was she a spy silenced by her own government? A woman fleeing trauma? Or someone caught in something far bigger than herself? Each year, new amateur detectives dig into the case. Documentaries are made. Reddit threads light up with theories. But the truth, it's still out there, buried beneath layers of deception, secrets, and time. The Isdal Woman may never speak again, but she's still being heard.